We're just at the height of this heavy weather right now. Just got about 25-30 knots. Blew out my first reef line, and the only thing I can do is just let the big flap of sail flap. I've had to ease the traveller right down and keep the flap away from the side of the boat, otherwise the little eye on the corner of the sail wants to hook the lifelines and rip the lifelines off. But let's have a look out here, you can see what it's all about. Pretty windy. We've got about another 6 hours of this, and then it's going to die off, and then we've got a real good game of sea chess that we're going to play. Try and work our way through the systems between here and Iceland, but for now we just got to beat our way through this lot. Put the lights on inside so that we can chat, otherwise the camera doesn't pick up anything. But life's not too bad in here at the moment. You can maybe see the angle that things are at here a little bit more by the fact that the bean bags are like nearly flying in the air. I must admit, I'm really enjoying the fact that we've got this like cushion thing that I can sit down on. Don't normally have that on the boats I've been on before, and being able to sit on the leeward side on something cushioned is very easy on the body. Normally it's either a nav station which goes across the boat, you're bracing, you're in a bunk somewhere, or you're just on the floor sitting like waiting for it all to go by. But it's quite a hard environment, like mentally it's a hard environment. We're starting to get through this now, but there's some of the bangs and crashes earlier on where they're pretty intense. The boats are incredibly strong, as you can imagine. It's all Kevlar, and then this white bit in the middle of the floor here is the tail end of the top of the keel, essentially, and then there's a massive aluminum frame that runs all through the boat as well. So it's very, very strong. Up at the front there, we've got the watertight bulkhead that goes through to the forepeak, and then beyond that there's another watertight bulkhead, a crash bulkhead at the front of the boat, and then at the back the lazarette there. At the moment the lazarette's making all sorts of sounds because there's a bundle of aluminum strips that are used for connecting the bunks onto the wall, essentially, and it sounds like they've come undone. They're very light, they're not in any way going to damage anything or get broken, but it sounds like the crockery in the last minutes of the Titanic. The bundles obviously come apart, and about 5 of these things are aluminum strips dancing around in the lazarette as we go over the bumps, and all of that, like the bangs, the crashes, everything, it starts to just act on the mind and starts to you're like, oh my god, like, is the boat gonna break up? Is the mast gonna fall down? What's gonna happen next? Are we gonna crash it? You allow yourself to go down, down, down. So it's very important to make sure you've got, as I have here, you've got a hot beverage and some sugar. I'm gonna go and make some food up in a second, and keep your spirits up. The storm's gonna last another 6 hours. I've got to last another 60 years. So in the end, I'm going to get through this. This too shall pass, so I've got to stay upbeat. So I often have on my ear defender headphones here. These are Bluetooth, and I can still hear everything that's going on the boat, but it just takes out a lot of the higher frequencies. And then we have a fantastic song list at the moment from Spotify called I think it's called Rock from 1971 or something like that, but it's like early 70s rock. So we're enjoying that. That's the backing track to this storm this time. So I'm gonna get some food. Well, a little bit of fun here in this shot. I've got all the telemetry from the GoPro showing up, and that maybe gives us a bit of an idea of what it's like on board one of these vessels at sea. I'm just making myself some freeze-dried food here, just carefully kind of finding my way around the cabin, but you can see the accelerometer in the top left-hand corner recording the decelerations and accelerations of the boat as it makes its way over the sea. We can see down in the bottom left-hand corner my direction heading to the west. We can see a graph registering my speed in the top right-hand corner, and that 15-16 kilometers an hour is about 9 knots. And then we can see the telemetry down in the bottom right-hand corner indicating the altitude. They're all fun tools, but just give you a bit of an idea of what it's like on board. You see big shakes and bangs here as I'm going over these swells. Very important to look after yourself. Make sure there's no chance of hurting yourself when you're inside the boat. That's why I'm filling the freeze-dried food bag super low down. I've had the experience previously of spilling on myself. I don't want it again. I need to look after my mental health and my physical health so I can make it through to whatever lies beyond this challenge. But jobs are good, time to eat and restore my energy.